talk a little bit about pain. And pain can be such a powerful teacher, but we are programmed to run from it, and especially at times in our lives when we are, going through something really traumatic, really difficult, that seems to just carry on, and who wants to experience that, right? But it's part of life, and when we're in it, we just want out of it, the intensity of the pain sometimes and how it comes in waves, and you have moments where you feel better and then you're back in it again, and it's like, will this ever end? And of course it's temporary, but it doesn't feel like it at the time. But what I found in those worst of the painful times is I'll go through these different layers of it, and then I'll get to a point where it will be I'll be crying and I'll be feeling the intensity of the pain and the hell of it, and then I'm really feeling it, and then I'll have these moments as well of laughter, like almost like insane laughter, and they're almost together. And then I've had this happen a few times in my life, and I've come to realise at this point that actually if you can get in there in between those two forces, it's like these two forces of the universe or of God, right, which are of creation and destruction, death and birth. It's actually a really powerful energy, and if you can sit there and feel, it's like being in a crucible, it's like being in a fire, but then also being released, also being freed at the same time. And if you can sit there between those two, it's like two poles of a magnet, and if you can sit there in between the two and just really feel it, some really liberating things can happen. You can feel so liberated as a result, and changed, and suddenly freed, exalted, and then you can kind of go forward again in your life with something removed, something lightened. This fly really wants to come and say hello, and it can be so powerful, and it can really liberate you. And I just wanted to share that because I do speak with people obviously that are in a lot of pain, and it's not for nothing. And if you can really get in there and between those two poles of creation and destruction, there's this force, and that you're touching this force when you go from this state of crying your eyes out and feeling that intense pain to laughing your ass off, and it's almost in the same instant that it happens. And I think once you've got there, you're guaranteed some form of liberation will take place, and your life changes as a result. So it's not for nothing, and I recommend trying that process if you can, to really use what's happening to your advantage, and you'll end up freer as a result, and it's not for nothing what if you're feeling this right now. And I hope that was helpful.